Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a TikTok story that's been sparking conversation everywhere, the remarkable Jenkins family. Now, if you haven't seen their videos, they're a family of 9, making it work in a one-bedroom apartment. That's right, 7 kids, 2 parents, and a whole lot of love packed into one tiny space. Today, we'll be unpacking their unique approach to family life, the public reaction, and what their story says about resilience and the reality of housing challenges today. Let's get into it.
Now, right off the bat, people are wondering, why does she have so many children and is having more in a home that has a lack of space and privacy? Because she constantly has to rearrange stuff to make sure that everybody is comfortable. Even if this was a case of maybe they had money at one point, but then they had to downsize everything due to somebody losing a job or whatever, that still doesn't explain.
You know that having kids is an option. It's a choice. You don't have to have them. There's birth control and condoms and stuff that you could use. Yeah, in all honesty, you need to give the bedroom to the kids. Y'all done been behind closed doors way too many times. That's why you're pregnant now.
I saw a quote that said being a good mother is knowing when to stop having kids. And I feel like we're all seeing it now with the family of 7 in the one bedroom, the 5 cats, the kids sleeping in the living room by the front door on the floor. Just because you enjoy having kids and you can handle having kids doesn't mean that your kids deserve the life, the bare minimum life that you're giving them. You don't have the resources that when all of these kids hit a certain age to provide them a car, to pay for their college, to get them cell phones. You can love being a mother without feeling the need to keep popping out kids that you can't afford. And that's what makes me like a little bit upset about the situation. I'm not mom shaming. I'm just trying to get through to her because I love being a mom, but I understood that maybe 2 kids is actually more than enough for me. I feel like I can barely handle 2 kids. Do I want another baby? Yes, but I'm literally not in the financial situation to have a child anytime soon. And I'm not just going to pop one out because I love being a mother and I can handle it. That's just really selfish. Just because you can handle it doesn't mean your kids deserve to live in poverty. Not only that, but if you know that you're not mentally stable enough to have children, because this lady has also stressed that she struggles really bad with anxiety and depression, then you shouldn't be having any more children if your mental health is not there.
And then I started to think about the things that I talk about every day on this app. Politics. What's at stake with this election? And I said to myself, shit, the way that the Republicans are moving, if Donald Trump gets back in the office, a whole bunch of women gonna be living like that. Because you won't be able to get an abortion and you won't be able to afford anything more than a one-bedroom apartment, because Republicans aren't talking about building more housing. Republicans aren't talking about giving first-time home buyers $25,000. Republicans want women to bear more children. Republicans want to force all of us to live under their ideal family structure. Yeah, if the Republicans take power, a whole bunch
so
of
much shit going on TikTok today, you don't even know where to start at. From Grip Baby with the crack pipe, to the Jenkins family of 6, about to be 7. Well, the Jenkins family of 8, that's about to be 9. Because she's pregnant right now. But first off, it start with all us on this bitch. We got to stop justifying bullshit. That's the first thing. Second of all, we got to stop getting everybody motherfucking famous and stop getting them all these views and likes. For nothing. We enabling them right now. Because there's no way in hell. There's no way in fuck. I'm going to continue having fucking churn when I know I can't afford the ones I got. Now and again, don't get me wrong, I don't want to bash somebody, I don't want to talk down on nobody, because everybody go through shit, everybody have money issues, everybody have money problems, everybody, fucked up. The universe fucked up, we get it. But I'm speaking from a member of a party of fucking 7. Because it's 7 us, me and my brothers and sisters. And we once lived in a 2-bedroom apartment with the 7 us and our mom and daddy. But catch the gag though. All us had motherfucking beds. None of us slept on the fucking floor. None of us slept in the fucking kitchen. None of us slept in the motherfucking living room. Business was being stood the fuck on. In poverty. And you know why that went like that? Because mama stand on business. See, when you a woman who about a motherfucking business and gonna stand firm on that shit and gonna make sure your kids have and never go without before a fucking man have and your kids go without, that's what it looks like. Take a look at the black ladies in the communities who going through poverty right now. I bet you one thing, their kids got a motherfucking place to lay their motherfucking head and they ain't on the floor. I bet you one thing, a man ain't come before their motherfucking kids. I bet you one thing, a man wouldn't have a motherfucking PlayStation 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 with a motherfucking flat screen TV and a bitch like that house who living in poverty and their kids ain't got it. I bet you that. I bet you a man who's sitting there who can be a fucking man with his peasy ass fucking face and his yellow ass motherfucking teeth would never sit up in a black bitch house and say he can't go and get it. Bitch, you gonna make something happen. But see, we ain't even gonna make this a race thing. We gonna make this a thing to where as though a man ain't gonna do what you allow him to do. Cause y'all a little too comfortable in that one fucking bedroom with 2 fucking cats, a baby on the way, and 6 already there. That's a bit too fucking much. Let that been a female of a different color or a different race. This shit would not be going like this. Kids would have been taken up out there the next day. But since it is race, and shit be so funny to them, and it's geeky and gaga, and they's just so used to that, and the kids just adapt to that, and this and that and third, it's fine, right? No, the fuck it ain't. And we're here to tell you that. You should have never got on the internet, especially TikTok, and exposed any of that right there when you know you're going through that. What you should have done was run the motherfucking numbers up, run the views up on some other shit, take that TikTok check, and get y'all into a bigger motherfucking apartment. Then come on here and try to do TikToks. But see, you so wrapped up around a man, a nasty ass, dirty ass looking man at that. Till you forgetting the big fucking picture that's in your fucking face. Your kids is laying on fucking mats in the kitchen floor. The cats jumping all over their head while they're sleeping. One of them laying next to the fucking kitty litter. Let alone, it's about to get cold. One of them sleeping by the motherfucking window. Wind driven. Now he got a cold. Flu. Cause you a dumb bitch and you laying up in the bed watching the fucking PS5 with the flat screen TV with you and your nasty looking ass boyfriend. Man, come on, man. Get that bitch off TikTok. Get that bitch off TikTok now.
Here. Okay, I feel like, just me personally, like I said, I grew up with people living like that. I knew people who was living like that, okay? And it wasn't a big deal. But they ended up upgrading when they had the chance, okay? I know people who was living in Blue Cross Blue Shield shelters. You know what I'm saying? And the parents was really going through, you know? They really was going through with some stuff. And the kids had to really shack up in a 1-bedroom for real. And it was all free. Like, they just didn't have enough to pay rent. You do know there are genuinely poor people out here. Like, you have to stop being so entitled. You got to stop thinking that you're the only type of people out here living in America. And I feel like if anybody posts a video like that, I really think you should just pray for them or try to get them some help. That's what you should do. Because obviously, if she has 6 kids living in a 1-bedroom with a man, her priorities are not there, and she is not processing how to
take care of your children. He said, well, I'm so far behind in my child support. I'm working these nothing jobs and all this, this, that, and the third. He was giving excuse after excuse after excuse. I said, well, baby, you was used to dating girls. You ain't got no girl no more. You got a full grown woman. Don't worry about it. All you gonna have to do is we're gonna have to work together and we're gonna get it taken care of, y'all. More of the story, because I ain't gonna drag this video on. This man didn't have a relationship with his children. He was $25,000 in the rear in child support. His credit score was in the low 400s. We was together for 6 years, y'all. For 6 years. Over the course of them 6 years, let me tell you the final results. When we separated, he had an excellent relationship with both of his baby mamas and his children. His child support rearage was $0.00. He didn't owe the Department of Children and Family Services not even $1. Do you hear me? It was $0.00. I had got his credit score up to the high 600s, almost a 700 credit score, to where we both was able to go sign on new vehicles. Moral of the story is, if you know you lack in certain departments, get you somebody else to offset that, to bring you up to par where you need to be at. Choose your partner wisely. Choosing the right partner, I gotta talk about it all the time. Choosing the right partner can change your whole lifestyle around. If y'all don't believe what's coming up out my mouth, ask my baby daddy.
Be honest, because as women, we need to do better in thinking that, oh, just because we have a man, like, we're winning. You're not winning. Like, she's not winning. There's nothing good about having a man in that household, especially because you having another baby and he still will not do what it takes to provide for your family that he is contributing to. It's not like he just in there with her children. He has a child in there and he has 2 with her. You know, one on the way, whatever. When you look up the Amazon wish list or whatever,
been paying child support via garnishments ever since
I'm here speaking about the resilient Jenkins.
Speak your truth, girl. Speak your truth.
Actually, he has more than one son. Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here because y'all not gonna know. But my son is almost 12. Since everybody wants to kind of chime in, that man that everybody's saying they have 2 loving parents, walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Okay. Hasn't seen his son since he was 5. And that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation. And at the time, he only had 1 child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now, my oldest, who's at the top, because he will be 12, doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings.
A crying shame.
So no, they didn't meet when he had 1 child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5.
Right.
I feel bad for those kids.
We all feel bad.
I really feel bad for my child's siblings, sad to say, that they have to sleep on the floor.
Point in my life that I was so naive. I might judge a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it.
When times are rough, people get creative, but I want to see how they room look. So she have her kids sleeping on a homemade sheet and blanket cot while her and Mr. Jenkins is sleeping on memory foam pillow top. They got the LED lights, 60-inch screen TV. What is that, a PS16? And you got a baby on the way? Look, Mr. Jenkins is at work 150 plus days because he don't want to deal with those kids in that small space. Sacrificing your kids' quality of life so you could live comfortable as the parent is diabolical. Then to have your kids sleeping in the living room, when people break into houses, what is the first room they enter? You have all that space in that 1 bedroom. Tuck them away. Make sure they safe. At this point, like, these kids really don't know what's going on. Just like I thought potato tacos were normal when that's just struggle food, and flour pancakes. Ugh. I thought parenting was all about making sacrifices for your kids so they could live better. Maybe I could be wrong because times change.
Ask and you shall receive. A social worker's opinion on the resilient Jenkins, I believe is their name. This is the family with 6 people sleeping in a 1-bedroom apartment. Baby number 5, family member 7 on the way soon. If you don't know me, you just happen to come across my page, my name is Angie and I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker for over 30 years, and I come on and I give you guys my opinion on the families that you guys request. I want to apologize right away for my cat. My cat is going crazy. He got his little last night. He just came back today. He is not a happy camper, so I apologize ahead of time. So get your popcorn ready because we're going to talk about the Jenkins family. Now, when I first came across them, I thought this video was going to come out a totally different way than what the outcome is. When I first saw the video, I saw 2 parents and 4 kids and a pregnant mama, and just kind of like make and do, doing what they needed to do. Maybe they came into some hard times and they needed to downsize. so that they could, save up and move into something bigger and better. I was wrong. I mean, about the saving up to go into something bigger and better part, I was wrong. So mom and dad, he brought a son into the relationship. I think she brought 2 kids in. They have one together and one on the way together, from my understanding. Oh, let me do my disclaimer so you guys don't send the feds after me. I do not know this family. I'm not their social worker. I've not seen their file. I don't know if they have a file. I know absolutely nothing about them. I don't even know what state that they live in. I know nothing about them. I'm giving you my opinion. Okay, just want to make sure I got that out there. The feds, goodness gracious. Anyways, and then I watched, these were the other 2 videos I saw. He saved up all his money to buy his baby girl the shoes and, this emotional video. And then after working 150 days straight, he finally took a day off to have a gaming sesh with his kids. They needed it. I was like, oh, I love this. What is it I need to investigate? Then I dove in the hole head first. The rabbit hole, that is. Sir, what job was that you worked 150 days straight the other day to take a day off to have a gaming sesh? Because you don't have a job. Not only do you not have a job, you don't want a job. Well, let me rephrase. According to you, right, you don't want to do Securitas because that's only $20 an hour and you're worth way more than that. And you don't want to be a truck driver because that's hard on your body. It makes your knees hurt and they get fat. So you definitely don't want to do that. And you won't do anything for under, I think it was like $32 to $35 an hour. You won't get out of bed for that. Couple things. What's your qualifications? What type of work do you do? Because if you're requiring that amount of pay, that must mean that you have some great qualifications to bring to a company. So it should be fairly easy to get a job. 2. Sir, do you want to know what else really affects your knees and your body and really makes them hurt really, really, really bad? Sleeping on the floor, on a mat like this, every night, every single night. Imagine the pain it would cause your body. You should try it for a night or 2. I mean, since your kids have to sleep on the floor every single night. So that was one of my biggest problems, right? See, now we got the kids sleeping on the floor, right? So mom and dad have the bedroom, right? They got a king size bed, they got the PlayStation, they got the LED lights, they got the whole, mood thing, right? Where the 4 kids have a mat, right? A mat. And it's in the living room. So there's a few things with that. We have to do what we have to do as parents. We have to make things work, right? But the fact that they're in the living room causes me a few issues, right? 1, security. You're putting your kids in harm's way. God forbid somebody was to break into your house, something was to happen, your kids are right there, first line, right before you have a chance to even move or do anything. Your kids should never be the first line of defense. There should always be something protecting your kids. You're protected and the kids are right there. I see a huge issue with that. Number 2, and you have older kids, kids need grounding, right? They need space. They need normalcy. They need structure, routine, schedules, all that stuff that kids thrive off of, right? So not only do they not have beds, but they have mats. And every single day, they get picked up and put away, and it's now turned back into a living room. In a sense, I grasp that's good because stuff's not just laying out, but what you're also doing is taking away their space. Their only space they have is that mat. That gets put up every day, gets turned over. So they have absolutely 0 grounds about them of where their area is, where their safe space is, where their play area is. A few things too. Now, I'm assuming they have monetized themselves on the Creator Fund. I personally don't know how the Creator Fund works in regards to money, whatnot, but they're over 10,000 views or followers. They're getting tons of views. But this is, I don't see this as being a family that's going to stay viral long term. I think this is going to be a short term thing. So they're going to have to be very smart with their money. So this is going to be very interesting as to what they're going to do. I think they're going to get a couple of big payouts, and I think they're going to fizzle out because people are starting to see it's not like what I thought in the beginning, just a family struggling, trying to make ends meet, and they downsize to do that. That's not the situation. And then number two, again, I don't know what state that they live in. I know most states, especially if you have a reputable landlord, there's a whole thing of, 2 heartbeats per room, right? Is how they say it. So they may have just shot themselves in the foot because they've made these videos, they've now gone viral, and their landlord, if they didn't already know, now is going to know, and or code enforcement is going to come in, and they could potentially end up losing their place. So hopefully they're smart. They save whatever money they got because they're going to need that to eventually move. So this video is already way long, so I'm going to wrap up by giving you guys my final thoughts. And I don't necessarily think you guys are going to like them, and or maybe a little bit shocked. I did hear that CPS has received well over 100 calls in regards to this family. I will say, please stop doing that. For a couple of reasons. One, you're just bombarding the system and utilizing those resources, right? And again, I do not know what state they're in. I generally do not know. So I do not know their rules. But in reality, nothing's going to be done, right? Because when we're looking at abuse, we're looking at, are they being physically abused? We haven't seen that. Are they being mentally, emotionally abused? We haven't seen that to a great degree, right? I grasp, not having their own space and whatnot. Is it going to cause a long-term major effect? Probably not. Are they being sexually abused? We have not seen that. And I think I said the physical abuse, right? Are they cramped in? Yes. Are they eating? Yeah, she's making wholesome dinners every night that we're, for the most part, that we're seeing. So they have all of their basic needs are being met, right? They're not being abused. They have a roof over their head. They have food in their tummies, etc. So CPS is not going to do anything in that situation. Now, if things change, right, and we start seeing that the kids are being abused, whatever, then that's when you would call. So no, a CPS would not be able to do anything in this situation. In my opinion, I have been wrong before and I will be wrong again. But that is my opinion on this case. Do I think it's right? No. I just know that's what would happen at CPS. So this was a very long video because there's a lot of information. If you have any other families that you guys want me to do, make sure you drop their names in the comments. A lot of these guys you guys are mentioning, I have no clue who they even are, and I am working to get through all of my DMs from people that have personal questions. I will continue to work on that. I kind of have some ideas to maybe try to expedite that, so I'll bring that out as well. So there is a social worker's opinion on the Jenkins family.
That wraps up today's review of the Jenkins family story. Whether you admire their